like before being a innovation ambassador or innovator, I used to be student like you all only. So participating in one contest has it has proven to be a boon, and it has changed my entire career, I must say. Like I was pursuing my PhD, and now I'm totally indulged in startup and innovation type of things, which is actually required in today's era, especially when we are facing the challenge of unemployment in the nation. So like it is always insisted to the students, and I must say कि ये जो भी एजुकेशनल लेवल में जो आईआईसी का सेटअप हुआ है, या तो फिर जो इनोवेशन को प्रमोट किया जा रहा है इन द हायर एजुकेशन, दैट इज मोस्टली टू create the startup ecosystem in our nation. क्योंकि just imagine, अगर हम लोग 4 साल की डिग्री लेने के बाद, okay, if we don't do any startup or we don't innovate in anything, we don't generate employment for ourselves. Okay, so what will happen? Again we would be burdened, right? अभी 4 साल की डिग्री के बाद फिर से अगर आप जा रहे हो, again you would be seeking job जहाँ पे ऑलरेडी इतना रश है, जहाँ पे इतना एम्प्लॉयमेंट है, so you would be adding burden, right? And just imagine, अगर आप कॉलेज के साथ अगर आप खुद का एक स्टार्टअप लेके जाते हो, तो आपका एक खुद का भी एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट तो हो ही गया है, एडिशनली यू आर क्रिएटिंग एम्प्लॉयमेंट फॉर मेनी अदर्स, राइट? सो ये एक मोटिव है, आई मस्ट से, गवर्नमेंट का, और ये काफी अच्छा इनिशिएटिव भी है कि ग्रेजुएशन के साथ, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के साथ बच्चा अपनी डिग्री के साथ साथ एक एक स्टार्टअप भी लेके निकले, राइट? सो वो एक एम्प्लॉयमेंट का जो प्रॉब्लम है अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट का, वो कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा मिनिमलाइज हो जाए, एनीथिंग लाइक दैट. Okay, so sir, please do let me know when can I share and start my presentation. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. So I think I have missed the communication. Okay, fine. So let me start with the presentation. And
I'm sorry, ma'am. Jayan sir, you're not audible right now.
Yeah. So I was thinking that there is problem from my end.
Ma'am, Amanya is the anchor for the day, and
yes,
she would like to introduce yourself to the hall.
Okay.
Amanya, please.
Yes, sir. It's never too late. Don't focus on what was taken away. Find something to replace it and acknowledge the blessings you have. With these bright words in mind, I greet everyone a warm and cheerful morning. On behalf of Sri Aurobindo Institute of Pharmacy Institution Innovation Council Indore, I, Amanya Dubey, student of B.Pharm 3rd year, marks the beginning of the session. Innovation and Intrapreneurship, essential skills of pharmacy. On this drizzly and beautiful day, I'm highly privileged to welcome our honorable speaker, Ms. Vandana Thakur, ma'am. Along with our dignitaries, respectable director, Dr. S.C. Chaturvedi, Honorable Principal Dr. Gaurav Kansarogi, Vice Principal Sunil Dwivedi, faculty members, and my dear fellow mates to this wonderful session. Peter Drucker once said, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." Similarly, Intrapreneurship is beneficial for the performance and revitalization of large organizations, small, medium enterprises. Entrepreneurial research is significant to develop innovative and diversify existing business with the production of new services, products, and technology. Here, I'm highly joyous to say, ma'am, we are going to share a video with you.
Thank you so much. So thank you for your kind words. And Before I start, I would like to thank SAIP IIC Innovation Cell and the Institute for inviting me and providing me an opportunity to talk on the topic that is innovation and entrepreneurship skills in pharmacy. So as we know that every innovation has some stories, and a good stories always bring some motivation. So today I'm here to sensitize you all with the innovations in pharmacy. I'll be discussing about the opportunities and areas of innovation in pharmacy. I'll be highlighting the need and importance of intrapreneurship, and additionally, I would be adding what are the key benefits of being a student entrepreneur from my stories. So,
Ma'am,
so again, I would like to thank all the participants who are present here with the thought of learning something new from my experience of startup in pharmacy. I hope I'll justify the talk and your valuable time. So today, the session would be mostly full of examples so that it would help you in easy understanding and correlation too. So let me share the screen. I think it is visible, right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so we all have heard about the terminologies. I would like to start with very basics. We all have heard about the terminologies, that is creativity, invention, and innovation, right?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, actually, we are sorry to interrupt you in between, but we have we are going to share a small video for you that we have made for you. So, ma'am,
Okay.
please give yes, ma'am, please give us the permission to start the video.
Okay.
Basically, ma'am, we not have made the video, but students have researched about you and have found one thing about you. So that is one short glimpse which we would like to show.
Oh my God, that's great, and thank you.
So shall we start, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm eager to watch it.
मिला है वो काफी अच्छा है। सभी को ऐसे इनोवेशन में पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहिए। पढ़ोगी तो आगे बढ़ोगी, नहीं तो नहीं। ऐसा कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट लेके आना है जो मार्केट में अवेलेबल ना हो। हर फील्ड ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ लड़कियां आगे आ रही ने। मैं आज की नारी हूँ। मैं अपनी कामयाबी की कहानी भी लिखूंगी और देश की उंगली भी थामूंगी। अहमदाबाद की वंदना ठाकुर की कहानी कुछ ऐसी ही है। एलएम कॉलेज ऑफ फार्मेसी से पीएचडी कर रही वंदना ठाकुर के लिए अब आसमान छोटा है। लैब में किया गया इनका एक्सपेरिमेंट बहुत बड़ा बदलाव करने वाला खोज बन गया। वंदना के पास आइडिया था, हौसला था, तो सरकार को ऐसे ही आविष्कारों की तलाश। वंदना ने ऐसा मेडिकेटेड कॉज यानी पट्टी बनाई है जो 60 सेकंड से कम वक्त में ब्लीडिंग रोक सकता है। नॉर्मल जो भी फर्स्ट एड किट में देखा होगा तो व्हाइट कलर का ये पट्टा होता है, सो दैट इज नॉर्मल कॉज। लेकिन हमने क्या किया है कि जो भी ये कॉन्सेप्ट आया है ना ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन से, ट्रेडिशनल हर्ब से, तो ट्रेडिशनल हर्ब जो प्लांट रिस्पॉन्सिबल है ब्लीडिंग को स्टॉप करने का, हमने उसका कंस्टिट्यूएंट इसमें डाला है, इम्प्रेग्नेट किया है, तो अभी ये मेडिकेटेड कॉज हो गया है। इसका इफेक्ट जो कंपैरेटिव क्योलिन है मार्केट में क्विक लॉट है, उसके कंपैरिजन में काफी जल्दी से ब्लड को स्टॉप करता है। इट टेक्स अराउंड लेस देन 1 मिनट, 60 सेकंड्स में ब्लीडिंग को स्टॉप कर देता है। वी हैव डेटास आल्सो।
Oh, okay.
Just take one postdoc. Second PhD student as postdoc. Now, the last student before I submitted in October 10th this year. Last student also has already been interviewed and given go-ahead. And he will be
Vanna, ma'am?
Yes.
So that was one such video our students researched and found about you. And we were really, keen to have first a student than an innovator with us.
Oh, I'm so glad, and thank you so much, dear students. जिसने भी एफर्ट डाला है, it's really amazing. Actually, I know this is, you know, it is live on YouTube and other social media. But again, I would like to share a couple of things. Like, you know, when you have to face the media for the first time, it is always challenging. You know, you don't know how to speak, you know, how to behave, what kind of content you should deliver. So, but I'm thankful to the Canada India Acceleration Program. Like, I was a member of that program, and I was sent to Carleton University for 2 weeks training program on this entrepreneurship startup, and to explore my market opportunity of my product internationally. So there again, the program was so well designed that there was one session regarding media training. So I have been trained about the media, like how to behave, everything. I'm thankful to that program कि जहाँ पे मुझे already training मिल गया था, and because of that reason I was able to, you know, able to face the media. So yeah.
Okay, over to you, Amanya. Then we will invite ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to seek your permission to highlight your profile.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, Miss Vandana Thakur is an assistant professor at Department of Pharmaceutical Technology of the Merit Institute of Engineering and Technology. She is an innovator cum entrepreneur and also honored recipient at MOE's Innovation Cell's Innovation Ambassador. Her innovation was nominated and ranked among top 5 best innovation in the National Proof of Concept contest in 2019. For this, Ms. Thakur has received the recognition from the hand of Honorable Education Minister from Ramesh Pokhriyal. Vandana ma'am was also selected to be the second student startup coherent member of Canada India Acceleration Program for 2 weeks of extensive Global Businesses Acceleration Program at Canada India Center of Excellence and Sprott School Management of Carleton University, Ottawa, Canada. At present, along with the startup, she has established Women Entrepreneur Nurturing and Networking at Merit Institute of Engineering and Technology to empower women in social and economic terms. On behalf of management, I thank you, ma'am, for adorning this event. And our audience is eagerly waiting to get influenced by such an experienced dignitary like you. Now I invite Ms. Vandana Thakur, ma'am, to take over this event.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Amanya, again.
Thank you, ma'am.
So actually, you know, thank you for this welcome. I have not thought it before कि like ऐसा कुछ welcome होने वाला है, because this is for the first time जहाँ पे इतना अच्छा मुझे welcome देखने को मिला है. Thank you dear students and thank you team. Thank you Jayant sir. Now let me share the screen so that अभी बहुत वेट करा लिया स्टूडेंट्स को. Okay. Okay. So so let's get started. So as we all are aware of the basic terminologies, that is creativity, invention, and innovation, right? We all have heard about this thing, and we also know that this all three has same one thing, that is it is related to something new thing, right? Okay. But again, there is a fine difference between all of these three. Okay, let's try to understand first. Okay, what is creativity? So whenever we are thinking something new for the first time, okay, that is creativity. That means if I'm trying to bring solution to some problem, okay, so I start thinking, and thinking is the first process, right? So creativity is always limited to your brain, right? You are just thinking. If the solution is in your brain, that is creativity. Okay. But when you start implementing that thinking, okay, in a practical way, either you are developing, demonstrating something, okay, you are demonstrating your creativity, then it can be either innovation or it can be innovation, right? Abhi innovation and invention both are creating something new. Okay, this is one step ahead of creativity. In creativity we just think, but in innovation and invention we actually create the things. Okay, but again in this there is a major difference, that is invention can be commercialized or cannot be commercialized. Okay, fine, जरूरी नहीं है कि सारे invention एक business एक market create करे, but innovation, okay, always results into commercialization, right? So you can take couple of examples जो inventions थे उसको use करके now innovation से it is creating a big market. You can take the example of simple, अगर लेना चाहो तो Zomato ले लो, right? जहाँ पे रेस्टोरेंट और डिजिटल जो इन्वेंशन डिजिटल जो फर्स्ट टाइम इंटरनेट लॉन्च हुआ होगा, राइट? सो इसको मर्ज करके इन्होंने एक इनोवेटिव सर्विस बेस्ड स्टार्टअप बना दिया विच इज कमर्शियलाइजिंग, राइट? सो दिस इज द की पॉइंट और द की डिफरेंस बिटवीन क्रिएटिविटी, invention and innovation, right? Okay, but when we are innovating something, okay, innovation is always related to addressing some kind of problem. Okay, आप innovation में कुछ ना कुछ एक problem statement लेते हो and you are trying to solve it. Okay, now the solution can be of two types, right? The first solution would be if you are creating a new market, okay, कुछ नया एकदम नया बना रहे हो, okay, so creating something new solution or new service to address that problem, so that is one category. Second category of solving problem or innovation is if you are bringing improvement in the existing one, okay, कुछ existing है उसमें आप कुछ improvement ला रहे हो, okay, so in both the ways innovation can be done in both the ways. Either you are solving and addressing the problem by creating some new solution, okay, or you are improving the features or anything in the existing one. Okay, now if I talk about entrepreneurship, okay, so entrepreneurship is always related to making business by making from creativity and innovation. So creativity plus innovation will always result into entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship will always create the value in the market. Okay, now the question arises, importance of entrepreneurship. Okay, why it is important? So it is not hidden that it helps in the employment generation, not only to yourself, but also to others. Okay, here we have a couple of Indian startups who has started with one innovative idea and now it has become $1 million companies. Okay, so here on the screen you can see Coolberg. Okay, अब इसमें innovation क्या है? So I'm sure you might be knowing, जिसको नहीं पता उनके लिए. So basically this is a beer brand without any alcohol, right? So can you imagine beer without alcohol, right? So this is an innovation, right? Feel bhi aa jaye aur nuksan bhi na ho, right? So you can see the company was established in 2016 and today it is $3.5 million company. See, just one innovation, beer without alcohol, Coolberg. Second example, Zomato, it is already known to you, right? Tribo, right? Tribo भी बहुत लोगों को पता है. It is a hotel chain. I mean the concept behind is आप एक जगह पे होटल खोलो, 4 लोग आए, और आप 10 जगह पे होटल खोलो. Okay, that makes a difference, right? So Tribo is a hotel chain. So again, you can see the year of establishment, and today there it is a $1 million companies. Couple of more examples: Cars 24, reseller, Nika. ladies must be aware of it, right? Nykaa, 2012 company, and today it is a $107.9 million company. Okay, so these are the couple of examples. Now so that was general. Now let's understand about innovations in pharmacy. Okay, but before that, let's understand what is innovation in pharmacy. Okay, in pharmacy, what we can call it as a innovation, right? So in pharmacy, we know we are totally dealing with drug discovery, right? Drug manufacturing, formulation development. So what kind of innovation could be done in this segment, right? So mostly when we are talking about innovation in pharmacy, so innovation is in pharmacy is means uh, creating or drug discovery or creating a new formulation, right? Suppose tablet hai, so we can see now we are having many types of tablets, right?
अरे क्या बोल रहे हो, 100 जने बैठे हुए हैं, स्पीकर है, वो ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता है, नहीं बोल सकता हूँ।
Okay, so now as we have seen pharmacy में drug discovery or approval is the core innovation, right? अगर मुझे pharmacy में innovation करना हो, then I have to either develop or create new molecule, okay, or I have to develop new formulation, right, and get its approval. Now again, as I said, innovation can be done in two ways, either by creating a new solution or by improving the quality in the existing one. Okay, now let's see the examples of total new invention, okay, new innovation in pharmacy. So here on the screen, you can see the evolution in drug discovery, right? So initially when you have read about the antibiotics, तो उसमें आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि पेनिसिलिन और other antibiotics that are having natural source, right? And with emerging time, you can see 1990s, 2000s, okay? So then with research and development, we were able to target receptors. Later, we were able to target enzymes, okay? And now, today, we are dealing with the genomics and proteomics, okay? So this is a innovation, right? Which is for the first time, right? Now, let's understand the innovation in the evolution of tablets. Okay, तो अभी सबसे पहले जब भी कोई tablet बना होगा, so that was conventional, right? But now it is available in different forms, right? To meet the requirements of patient, disease states, okay, depending upon the medical content or medicine content which needs to be delivered, and several other factors, right? For example, like depending upon the need, we have developed nitroglycerin sublingual tablets. Okay, sublingual tablets is a category, right? It is new and different from the this conventional tablets, right? Which is used in the heart attack, right? Second thing, second example is delayed release. Okay, some of the drugs are having shorter half-life, right? So frequency of administration was, very high. So it was affecting patient compliances. ठीक है, कभी-कभी लोग भूल भी जाते थे, right? So as a part of solution, okay, part of solution, what we have come up with or innovated, that is delayed release tablet, right? So the frequency of administration is reduced, right? Second, Disprin, right? So immediate and effervescent tablets, right? 2 minute tatkant turant, right? So depending upon the need, okay, we are continuously evolving or innovating, okay, from the existing one, okay, जो हमारे पास existing है, we are continuously improving it on the basis of need and requirement of the patients, doctors, or any healthcare professionals. Here we have one more example of chewable tablets, right? So mostly here is the example of cholecalciferol. Okay, there are many other drugs like turmeric tablets or capsules, right? So couple of drugs are needed to be delivered in the high dose. Okay, और अगर आप उसका टेबलेट बना दोगे, so it would be difficult to swallow, right? So इसका innovative solution क्या है? You have prepared the chewable tablets, right? So वो चूर्ण and whatever powder consumption, वो सबका problem नहीं, right? So you have brought a new solution to the problem, okay, of some bulky or high dosage drugs, right? So these are the couple of innovative solution depending upon the needs, right? Again, in capsules you can see, so initially पहले जो capsules आते थे, that was normal capsules of soft gelatin or hard gelatins, okay? But now if you will see, there are many different types of capsule available depending upon the needs and requirement. We have spansules, right? Again, similarly, to meet the requirements and needs, now pre-filled syringes are available, which makes the injection safer for both patients as well as doctors, and it also helps in the right dose administrations. So these were the examples of innovative formulation, which where if it has been developed for the first time, it was a new innovation, right? Now I'll take you to one other type of innovation, right? In which I would be taking the example of Dynapar AQ, which is a diclofenac injection. Okay, so it is manufactured by Troika Pharmaceutical Limited. Okay, and especially I would like to take the example of this product because the story behind this is very interesting and very motivational, right? So you all know, right, about the Me Too products, right? So selling Me Too products are very challenging. I mean, मैं आपको एग्जांपल देती हूँ. सपोज मैं आपको 2 टेबलेट देती हूँ, एक क्रोसिन 650, ओके, जो अभी अभी आया है, ओके, क्रोसिन 650 and Dolo 650, okay, and I ask you to sell both the drugs to the same doctor. Will you be able to? Because no, you can't sell to same drugs to a single person or a same doctor, right? Reason, both the drugs are having same constituent, okay, in same composition, that is paracetamol 650 for Dolo 650 and Crocin 650 maybe again paracetamol 650, okay? So you can't sell, or it is always difficult to sell the Me Too products, right? So similarly, ये जो Troika Pharmaceuticals है, okay, before the innovation of this brand, that is Dynapar AQ, they were also manufacturing the conventional diclofenac injection as other company used to do, right? So one day the MR of this company, okay, when they were manufacturing the conventional formulation, right? तो उस टाइम पे उसका MR एक डॉक्टर के पास जाता है and he started, he starts presenting about his product and he tries to convince it that you prescribe our product, okay? So we know कि अभी मेरे पास भी अगर सेम चीज लेके 4 लोग आते हैं, ठीक है, अलग अलग नाम के, सो अगेन सेम स्टोरी सुन के, ओके, मैकेनिज्म सेम होगा, राइट, यूज सेम होगा, राइट? सो ये सुन के इवन आई वुड गेट इरिटेटेड, राइट? So again, the frustrated doctor has asked the MR, okay, उसने MR को कहा, already उससे पहले शायद एक कोई बंदा गया होगा डाइक्लोफेनिक का सेम इंजेक्शन की ब्रांडिंग करके डॉक्टर के पास, okay, so he picked up that strip and he asked the MR of Troika Pharma, okay, I don't want your presentation, you just tell me how your product is different from this one. How your product is different from this one, right? So that was a उस टाइम पे वो MR has started again convincing to the doctors, okay, उसको जितना आया और जैसे वो convince कर सकता था, but then doctor was smart, right? He said कि look, this drug is causing pain at the site of administration, right? So why don't you develop the same drug, okay, which will not result into pain upon administration. Okay, अगर आप ऐसा कुछ बना के ले आते हो कि आपका इंजेक्शन में लगाऊं और मुझे दर्द ना हो, I mean पेशेंट को दर्द ना हो, okay, then I'll prescribe your medication, दूसरों का छोड़ दूंगा. Okay, so this was a problem statement given by doctor. Immediately that MR has reported to the R&D team के ये problem है, why don't we solve it, right? So considering this problem, okay, but before that let me tell you, जो conventional diclofenac injection आते थे जो pain create करते थे, ओके, वो जो कन्वेंशनल थे दैट वाज फॉर द बटक डिलीवरी सिस्टम, जिसमें 75 mg डाइक्लोफेनेक को 3 ml सॉल्यूशन में डिसॉल्व करना पड़ता था. Okay, so again the solution was very high, so it has a large volume, and when it used to be administered, so it used to cause a muscle damage in the injected area, and that was resulting into pain, right? So understanding this underlying problem, the R&D team of Troika Pharma has started to address this problem, okay, and through the technology of Aquatech process, okay, they were successful in dissolving diclofenac in just 1 ml, okay, and let me tell you, this medication today can be given in deltoid region 2, okay, जो पहले ग्लूटॉइड में देते थे, right, बटक पे, now it can be administered in deltoid. It is also given in IV infusion and IV bolus form. So this is the only injection available globally, okay, which can be administered from both the routes, deltoid as well as gluteal routes. And let me tell you, the company has taken the patent on this, and the annual turnover, okay, from this brand only is around 2 to 5 crore, right? So we can see that how a critical problem assessment, it can change the entire business, right? अभी वो डॉक्टर, अभी सिर्फ वो डॉक्टर नहीं, जितने भी डॉक्टर्स हैं, okay, the first choice is Dynapar AQ whenever they have to administer diclofenac in the injectable forms. Okay, so this is the example जहाँ पे what we can say, existing जो competitors था, उसमें ही existing solution में ही इन्होंने एक improvement लेके आए, okay, और उस improvement ने एक market भी create किया, और अब इनके MR को सिर्फ एक ही लाइन बोलना है कि my product does not cause pain at the site of administration. So this is a USP. Okay, so ऐसा नहीं है कि जब भी आप innovation करते हो that should be totally new. Okay, right? It can also improve in it can also bring some improvement in the existing brands or existing formulations. Just the need is critical evaluation of problem and addressing it. Okay. So now let's start with the next topic, that is innovation opportunities within pharmacy. Okay, कहाँ पे pharmacy में innovation हो सकता है? Okay, what are the areas where you can think for the innovation? So first one is you can develop a new medications, right? जैसे कि अभी कोविड में था, right, कि steroids की वजह से दूसरे disease आने लगे, right? So why don't you research on steroid replacement therapy, right? कि steroid को replace कर सके ऐसा कोई drug जो steroid के जितना ही efficacy रखता हो, okay, but steroid के जितना problematic ना हो, right? So you can work in the steroid replacement therapy. Many research are going on the development of cancer interventions, okay, and several other drugs. You can also select innovation in delivery systems, right? जैसा कि हमने आगे देखा, sublingual बनाया, chewable tablets बनाया, right? So depending upon the needs and again research and identifying the critical problems, okay, you can develop some new formulations, right? Of nano emulsion. Okay, so these are the couple of examples, right? Second area where you can innovate is medical devices. Okay, medical devices, देखो medical devices या medicine या biochemical pathology जितना आप समझ सकते हो ना, उतना शायद ही कोई समझ सकता है. ओके, सो I'll just take the simplest example of medical devices. आप लोगों ने स्पिग्मेनोमीटर देखा है, राइट? ऑस्किलेटरी मेथड में क्या होता है? You need two devices, okay, sphygmanometer and stethoscope, right, to identify the or to measure the BP, right? Again, to operate that sphygmanometer, okay, and to process through that methodology, you need expertise, you need practice, okay, which a common layman can't do, right? अभी बीपी तो रोज तो बीपी चेक करवाने डॉक्टर के पास जाएगा नहीं पेशेंट, right? So as a part of solution, okay, and to simplify it, there was an invention of digital sphygmanometer. ठीक है, तो digital sphygmanometer में क्या है? You have to just place the cuff, right? उसको inflate करो, okay, and you will get the reading digitally. कितना है direct, okay? No सुनना, no fluctuation in mercury, okay? So things has been simplified. Okay, next one is information system. Okay, so you can work in the information system. I mean, you can create some platform, ठीक है, digital platforms जहाँ पे आप लोग आप जैसे देख सकते हो drug interactions के लिए है, drugs.com है, right? तो similarly जो चीज आपको इंटरनेट पे नहीं मिल रही है, you can plan that particular thing और आप उसका वेबसाइट बना दो, डेटा उस पे सारी चीजें डाल दो, right? नेक्स्ट वन इज न्यू वेज टू यूटिलाइज फार्मासिस्ट, राइट? तो अभी आपने प्रैक्टो एप्स देखे हैं जहाँ पे डॉक्टर्स को ये लोग अच्छे से यूटिलाइज कर रहे हैं डिजिटली, राइट? सो सिमिलरली यू कैन ऑल्सो प्लान कपल ऑफ थिंग्स वेयर यू कैन यूज फार्मासिस्ट वाइसली इन अ न्यू वे, राइट? नेक्स्ट वन इज अदर्स. तो अदर्स में कुछ भी हो सकता है, जरूरी नहीं है कि आप फार्मासिस्ट हो तो आप हेल्थ केयर में ही स्टार्टअप कर सकते हो या इनोवेशन कर सकते हो, right? You can also work in different sectors, okay, depending upon the idea, okay, and interest. Fine. So these are the couple of areas and opportunity. Okay, now let's understand the global startups. ठीक है, globally pharma में क्या क्या startups चल रहे हैं, and see, it is very interesting. जितना आप ज्यादा explore करोगे ना कि मार्केट में क्या चल रहा है, लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, तो उतना आपको सीखने को मिलेगा, राइट? क्योंकि ये सारी चीजें ना इनबिल्ट नहीं होती है, यू हैव टू एक्सप्लोर, राइट? यू हैव टू एक्सप्लोर. सो हियर वी हैव लिस्ट ऑफ कपल ऑफ ग्लोबल स्टार्टअप्स. सो यहाँ पे फर्स्ट एग्जांपल इज फेबारेक्स प्रिंटेड पिल्स विच इज अ ब्रिटिश स्टार्टअप कंपनी. सो अब ये जो स्टार्टअप कंपनी है ये एक 3D प्रिंटर बनाती है, राइट? जो मोस्टली पर्सनलाइज्ड पिल्स को डिजाइन करने में हेल्प करती है. पर्सनलाइज्ड पिल्स में मुझे जैसा शेप का पिल चाहिए, आई कैन मेक देम डिजाइन. ठीक है, मुझे हार्ट शेप का चाहिए, मुझे स्टार शेप का चाहिए, राइट? I can ask them to prepare any, okay, shape हो सकता है, कलर हो सकता है, right? Even dosage जो है, right, वो भी हम इसमें कर सकते हैं. So mostly they are developing a printer, 3D printer, okay, for making personalized medicine. Next one is Frontier Bio. अभी ये भी बहुत interesting है. This is US based startup and they are also developing a 3D printer. For making human tissues, right? So they are typing for this heart, lungs, okay? And अभी ये सारे experiments चल रहे हैं कि ये जो tissue bioprinter से जो भी हम बना रहे हैं typed organs, right? वो हम replace कर सकते हैं क्या? वो हम use कर सकते हैं क्या? In the place of the natural जो भी हमारा है, right? Next one is Gretical. So basically this startup helps in structuring the unstructured patient data. Dopavision, ये बहुत interesting है. I mean, myopia is a condition, right? So ये जो startup है mostly एक smartphone based कुछ application है जिसके अंदर patient अगर इसे use करता है, right? So mostly it slow down the progress of this myopia. Right? Because it has something के जो dopamine के secretion को बढ़ाता है and dopamine always plays an important role in eye growth regulation. So see how smartly एक smartphone से एक disease cure हो सकता है या तो progress नहीं हो सकता, right? Then there is a panging data, right? So basically this is very interesting, patient cohort identification, right? तो clinical trials में आपको पता होगा कि patient recruitment और एक identification important होता है कि मेरे को कहाँ से ज़्यादा diabetic मिल जाएंगे, ये मिल जाएंगे. So in India it is bit of challenging. बट दिस इज अ ब्रिटिश स्टार्टअप जहाँ पे कि फॉरेन कंट्रीज में एक सेंट्रलाइज्ड हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम होता है जहाँ पे एक हेल्थ कार्ड दे दिया जाता है एंड पेशेंट का जो भी डेटा होता है दैट इज स्टोर्ड एट वन प्लेस, राइट? सो उस डेटा में से दिस स्टार्टअप मोस्टली एक्सट्रैक्ट द पॉपुलेशन एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स दे वांट टू डू. So this is very interesting. I liked it actually. Then there is a Tapthera that is they are developing. It is a Swiss startup and they are mostly working on the cancer vaccines. There are many other companies also who are working on gene therapy and related medications. So these are the global startups. So you can see that how wisely they have identified the problem and they have implemented to manage it too, right? Now ये तो हमने बाहर का देख लिया. Now the curiosity is कि how a student can develop or innovate, right? So mostly I'll be just sharing what I can say. Yeah. So I'll be sharing a couple of startups or innovations, okay, that I have selected from my batch of innovation contest, that is in 2019, right? So in that case, there are many startups who got selected for this from this national innovation contest and were sent to this CIAP and even South Korea programs. So I'll just sensitize you by this startup, what they are. These all are the startups from institute, okay, and they are run by a student, okay. So Pregavidet, it is a diagnostic kit. So mostly it is an innovation in which one can identify pregnancy in cattle, okay. Next one is NanoGRDate. So again, this is a diagnostic kit. Mostly they are typing blood groups, right? फिर एक है color changing syringe, which is a caution approach, and this is very interesting. I mean, chances of reuse of injection is higher in government hospitals, right? एक बार injection use कर लिया, knowingly or unknowingly, there is a chances कि वो injection use किया. If it is not pre-filled one, okay, if it is not pre-filled one, तो chances है कि reuse, I mean, use किया हुआ injection ही मैं वापस से use में ले लूं unknowingly, right? So इस वाले में ये solution था कि it was the syringe. She was placing some chemical inside or outside, I don't remember exactly. And if the injection has been used before, so after usage, it will change the color to blue. So वो blue color देख के पता चल जाता था कि this is a used injection and we don't have to use it back. So this was a, it was a caution approach startup. Next one is Envistat, which is mine. Being inspired and अभी ये startup में और innovation में इतना सीखा है so that I'm able to identify the problems easily. And so this has helped me to run 4 different startups along with Envistat. Monitox, Alchemist, Integrate are my 3 more startups on which I'm working by keeping interns. So basically, Envistat तो आप लोगों को पता ही है, it is a herbal hemostatic gauze. I'll be discussing more in the later slide about this. Monitox is basically a medical device, and this is an innovation in which you would be able, if it is successful, you would be able to what we can say. You would be able to identify the concentration of drug in your body without invasive, blood ke bina hi you can easily identify what is the concentration of drug in your blood. So mostly abhi agar mujhe drug concentration dekhna ho to the only method is I have to take blood, okay, and I have to check it in UV or related things to identify the concentration. But if the device is successful, you would be able to what you can say, identify the concentration without withdrawing blood. See, so this is a problem, right? Problem is blood withdrawal, right? Invasive technique. Solution is non-invasive technique, right? There is one more, alchemist, integrate, right? ये तो सारे pharma के हो गए, healthcare के हो गए. Okay, there are some other student founded startups like VVEG, Indigreen, which is mostly targeting the bioplastics. There is one more, Jal. So basically, this startup is working on desalination process to in water. Okay, now next one. This is the most interesting question, ठीक है? और आप लोगों के लिए एक आंसर है. ओके, बहुत सारे लोगों को लगता होगा कि एक हमारे सब्जेक्ट्स कम थे क्या, जो ये अब इनोवेशन एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के भी एक्स्ट्रा वेबिनार्स, लेक्चर सीरीज हमको अटेंड करने पड़ रहे हैं, राइट? सो मोस्टली आईआईसी जो भी आपके इंस्टीट्यूट में है, एज आई सेड बिफोर, ठीक है, ये एक एंटरप्रेन्योर कल्चर को इन इंस्टीट्यूट को फोस्टर करने के लिए एस्टैब्लिश किया गया है. सी, बिलीव और नॉट, बट जितने भी इनोवेशन और रिसर्च होते हैं, राइट, दे ज्यादा मोर देन 70% आर इन इंस्टीट्यूट्स और रिसर्च ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस. ठीक है, अभी आप कोई एमफार्म में होगा तो हर एमफार्म बच्चे को एक प्रोजेक्ट वर्क होता है, राइट? और वो जो प्रोजेक्ट वर्क होता है, यू आर नॉट रेप्लिकेटिंग और रिपीटिंग द एक्सपेरिमेंट्स, राइट? यू आर रिसर्चिंग समथिंग न्यू, राइट? रिसर्चिंग समथिंग न्यू, दैट मीन्स अगेन आप कुछ नया ही कर रहे हो, राइट? और हमें पता है कि फार्मेसी में इनोवेशन मतलब डेवलपिंग और डिस्कवरिंग समथिंग न्यू, ड्रग फॉर्मुलेशन डेवलपमेंट, या तो फिर उसका जो भी वैलिडेशन एंड रिलेटेड थिंग्स, राइट? तो अब क्वेश्चन आता है कि स्टार्टअप कब करना चाहिए, राइट? अभी बहुत सारे लोग होंगे जो सोच रहे होंगे कि ग्रेजुएशन खत्म हो जाए, एक बार डिग्री आ जाए ना, उसके बाद मैं मेरे स्टार्टअप पे काम करूंगा या करूंगी, राइट? बट ये चीज निकाल दो, राइट? दिस इज माय पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस. मैंने पहले भी कहा है, इनोवेशन एम्बेसडर से पहले आई यूज्ड टू बी अ स्टूडेंट, राइट? आई वाज स्टूडेंट, राइट? तो आई कैन इजीली कोरिलेट विथ योर माइंडसेट, राइट? सेम माइंडसेट मेरा भी था, राइट? सो मोस्टली कॉलेज टाइम इसीलिए बेस्ट होता है बिकॉज यू हैव एम्पल ऑफ रिसोर्सेस. बहुत सारे रिसोर्सेस होते हैं, लाइक लैब फैसिलिटीज होती है आपके पास, राइट? अगर आपको कुछ एक्सपेरिमेंट करना हो, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मुझे एनिमल स्टडी करना है, राइट? मेरे प्रोडक्ट को इवेल्युएट करने के लिए, वैलिडेट करने के लिए, तो अगर मैं कॉलेज से बाहर निकल जाऊंगी, ओके, इफ आई ग्रेजुएट फ्रॉम कॉलेज, एनिमल्स कहाँ से लाऊंगी, राइट? सो लैब फैसिलिटी इज इंपॉर्टेंट, जो एक स्टूडेंट को इजीली मिल जाता है. मेंटरशिप एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज, ठीक है, आपके फैकल्टीज आपको गाइड करते हैं बिकॉज दे आर प्रोजेक्ट एक्सपर्ट्स, राइट? ओके, नेक्स्ट वन इज अनलिमिटेड नेटवर्किंग, राइट? आप खुद अगर नेटवर्किंग करने जाओगे बहुत चैलेंजिंग होगा, लेकिन अगर आप एक इंस्टीट्यूट से एसोसिएटेड हो, राइट, so it becomes very easy to network to some other institute for any assistance or help, right? Next one is funding opportunities, right? तो अभी students को promote करने के लिए इतनी सारी schemes है, right, जिसमें students को funding मिलती है. Next one is flexible time, right? 4 साल में आपको करना क्या है? You have to just study, okay? You have to prepare for exams, right? उसके बाद क्या, right? उसके बाद in the free time you can innovate. But just imagine अगर कॉलेज से निकल जाते हो and if you start working somewhere, okay, suppose किसी कॉर्पोरेट में चले गए, 9 to 5 fix, you can't do anything else, right? स्टार्टअप कब करोगे, right? कुछ लोग होते हैं जो लोग कॉर्पोरेट जॉब नहीं लेते, ओके, एकेडमिक जॉब नहीं लेते, कुछ नहीं, जॉब ही नहीं लेते, राइट? एंड दे स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन द स्टार्टअप, राइट? वो जो फेस होता है ना, वो बहुत चैलेंजिंग होता है बिकॉज आपके पास कोई भी इनकम सोर्स नहीं होता है, राइट? यू हैव टू वर्क ऑन योर स्टार्टअप, ओके? इनिशियल स्टेज आपको पैसे नहीं मिलते, नॉट इवन फ्रॉम योर स्टार्टअप, right? Okay, so these are the resources which is required for running a startup. And so agar aapke paas kuch bhi idea hai, right, if you are planning to innovate something, this is the right time, this is the right time. aur jitne bhi masters wale log hai, okay, you are developing something new, okay? So why don't you think to अनबॉक्स थीसिस, रिसर्च पेपर्स, पेटेंट्स या पब्लिकेशंस जो भी है, ठीक है, ये एक 4 दीवार है, राइट? इसमें से बाहर निकलो, लेट्स कमर्शियलाइज योर प्रोडक्ट, राइट? कमर्शियलाइज योर प्रोडक्ट। रिसर्च तो कर ही रहे हो, कुछ इनोवेशन कर ही रहे हो, प्रोजेक्ट में भी कुछ नया डेवलप कर रहे हो, उसको सिर्फ थीसिस और पब्लिकेशन तक लिमिटेड मत रखो, राइट? ओके, इफ यू डोंट वांट टू कंटिन्यू इट, आई रिक्वेस्ट द फैकल्टीज, ओके, आई रिक्वेस्ट द फैकल्टीज कि अगर बच्चा इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है, वो चला भी जाता है, राइट? सो आप इसको कमर्शियलाइजेशन स्टेज तक लेके जाओ, राइट? बिकॉज इट्स योर प्रोजेक्ट, आप लोगों ने इसमें बहुत एफर्ट डाले हैं, राइट? सो जस्ट लिमिटेड टू थीसिस और पब्लिकेशंस और पेटेंट्स, ओके? डू कमर्शियलाइज इट, ओके? नेक्स्ट वन इज, ओके, इसको और सपोर्ट करने के लिए और प्रमोट करने के लिए हमारे पास आईआईसी है, ओके? सो अभी मैं थोड़ा सा आपको हाईलाइट करूंगी कि एक स्टूडेंट एंटरप्रेन्योर होने का बेनिफिट क्या है, राइट? मेरी एक स्टोरी से स्टार्ट करूंगी। मेरी स्टोरी आप सबको बहुत अच्छे से पता है, तो मैं इसको बहुत ज्यादा डिटेल में नहीं लेके जाऊंगी, ओके? बट स्टिल मेरी जो स्टोरी है उसमें थोड़े बहुत की लर्निंग्स है जो मैंने सीखा और मैं आप लोगों से शेयर करना चाह रही हूँ, ताकि आपसे वो गलती ना हो, राइट? इन योर जब भी आप इनोवेशन कॉन्टेस्ट में जाते हो या कुछ भी स्टार्टअप स्टार्ट करते हो। सो मेरे इनोवेशन के बारे में तो आपको अच्छे से पता ही है, राइट? कि आई हैव डेवलप्ड हर्बल hemostatic formulation, okay, to stop bleeding, and sorry. Okay, so if I talk about my journey of innovation, so it has originated from one competition, right? I was very curious in my college days. I was participating in each and every contest just to explore my skills, right? So ऐसे ही मैंने competition में participate किया था, and there my innovation got, I mean my idea, at that time I was at ideation stage only. I had just an idea. So that was selected in one of the contests, which was at my school level, I mean college level itself, and my idea got ranked second. But this was actually innovation journey. But if I'll talk के actual इस idea का solution और problem identification का cause क्या है, अगर मैं वो share करूंगी, so that you can easily understand कि मुझे कहाँ से ये solution लाने का idea आया, right? So my PhD specialization is in pharmacology, and we know that pharmacology, we have 2 different types of projects. We can opt for preclinical trials or clinical studies, right? So basically my research work is in preclinical. So I was operating on animal, and one day suddenly one deep cut has resulted into a bleeding in animal. So I have to control it because I have to operate it further. So I just started to control it using the basic intervention that was available nearby me, and it was just a cotton. So I just put a cotton on जहाँ पे भी इंजरी हुई थी, मैंने वहां पे थोड़ी देर प्रेस करके रखा था. After some time मैंने थोड़ा सा cotton ऊपर उठाया, but again it had started bleeding, right? So again I had pressed it. So while doing this, मेरे को एक thought आया कि why we use cotton only for controlling bleeding, which is not even sufficient, right? Which is not sufficient even. So after completing the experiment, like वो बहुत टाइम के बाद कंट्रोल हो गया, और मेरा जो भी एक्सपेरिमेंट था I have performed, and जब मैं वाइंड अप कर रही थी, when I was cleaning my experimental table, so वो क्लीन करते करते मुझे एक सेकंड थॉट आया कि do we have something in our first aid kit to stop bleeding, right? कि मेरे पास ऑपरेशनल टेबल पे शायद कुछ ना हो. I was just having a cotton, so I used it. But do we have anything in our first aid kit, right? क्योंकि first aid kit में we found many things, right? जो हमको emergency condition में चाहिए. And if I compare bleeding, so bleeding is again non-obvious condition. कभी किसी को पूछ के नहीं आता है, कभी भी चोट लग जाती है, you will get bleeding, right? So bleeding is again non obvious condition. So इस चीज के लिए भी कुछ ना कुछ फर्स्ट एड में होना चाहिए. So I just went to the cupboard in my lab and I just opened up this first aid kit and then I explored the whole kit. मैंने पूरा देखा अंदर, but I was not able to find a single thing in the box which can be used to stop bleeding, right? So no doubt there is a band-aid was there, but band-aid is just for the covering purpose and to keep the wound in the alignment for the faster healing. It has no relation to stop the bleeding. Okay, so this was a gap. I mean, it was a huge gap. Okay, bleeding is a non-obvious condition, kabhi bhi ho sakta hai. And it is strange that in our first aid kit, we don't have anything to control this type of situation. So this gap I identified, and this gap has encouraged me to identify the reason. ठीक है, फिर एक होता है ना curiosity, अरे क्यों नहीं है? So I started what we can say, I started exploring on the internet. चलो फर्स्ट एड किट में नहीं है, इस वाले किट में नहीं है, दूसरे वाले में है क्या? ओके, सो आई जस्ट गूगल्ड इट ऑन इंटरनेट में मैंने देखा एंड आई हैव एक्सप्लोर्ड टू मेनी फर्स्ट एड किट बॉक्सेस और उसका जो कंटेंट होता है जिसमें लिखा होता है कि व्हाट दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग इन द फर्स्ट एड किट. सो आई हैव एक्सप्लोर्ड फॉर 6 to 7 first aid kits. Okay, I haven't found any in any of them, right? तो मेरे को फिर दूसरा क्यूरियोसिटी आया कि चलो फर्स्ट एड किट में नहीं है, बट डू वी हैव एनीथिंग जो ब्लीडिंग को कंट्रोल कर सके, राइट? So again I started exploring on the internet and I found that there are products available in the market, right? बहुत सारे products है जो bleeding को control करने के लिए है available, but if we talk about the cost, so they are too high to be placed to place them in the first aid kit. That means कि जितना मैं उस प्रोडक्ट खरीद के फर्स्ट एड किट में रखने जाऊंगी उतने में तो 2 फर्स्ट एड किट आ जाएगा. ओके, राइट? सो द प्रोडक्ट्स आर too expensive, they are available but they are too expensive, right? तो इसमें मैं क्या कर सकती थी कि I have to improve, okay, I have to bring something new जो जिसका कॉस्ट कम हो, ओके, और का कॉस्ट कम होने की वजह से it could be included in the first aid kit, right? So then I started working on it and as I was working on it, meanwhile I was fortunate that in the same year MIC का वो कॉन्टेस्ट आया था एंड एवरी IIC में से इनोवेशन को इनवाइट किया था, 5 इनोवेशन, and even my IIC institute has always also nominated my innovation in that program. And then I got opportunity to be a part of regional mentoring session which was organized at EDII Ahmedabad. And there I gained, knowledge about idea validation, prototyping, entrepreneur skills, and also received mentoring from experts. Like being a student, हमारे लिए ये सब was for the first time, right? But they have taught us very well. They have also helped me in developing the business model of my startup, which was not aware of, which I was not aware of it before, right? Later on. But the thing, like the most critical thing that I have learned here from this program, that the competition in which my idea was nominated or I was participating was a POC contest, that is proof of concept. And if I want to win, I have to reach to POC, that is proof of concept, right? But मेरा जो innovation था, that was still in my brain. Okay, that means it was in the ideation stage. So if I want to win, ठीक है, training लेना है, that is secondary thing, right? But if I want to win, then I have to match the criteria of the contest, right? So उस case में, like EDII में, पहले मुझे नहीं पता था what is POC, right? But in EDII they have trained, okay, and then I came to know कि this is the POC contest, right? That means कि idea वाला नहीं चलेगा and I have to support my idea through conducting some minor experiments, okay, to generate POC, proof of concept. So immediately after attending that session, I reached out to my college. I discussed with my guide regarding this, and she told me that okay, you do one in vitro test, क्योंकि एनिमल स्टडी प्रूव करने के लिए एनिमल स्टडी चाहिए, एंड एनिमल स्टडी के लिए यू नीड अप्रूवल्स, राइट? इफ यू वांट टू कंडक्ट any experimental study on animal, you need animal approval, right? So I have done in vitro study, right? एक मैंने एक blood bank था, वहां से blood लिया था, okay, and then I have started experimenting on it, and I have assessed the effect, okay, to generate the proof of concept, and also compared it with Keolin, right? So after that, I was having the POC data, and luckily I got an opportunity. My idea from regional mentoring session, when I had presented, it was selected for the national, national in the final stage. So I was called up for the national boot camp and exhibition. And there again, we were sensitized by training programs. So there again, they had helped me in learning importance of marketing and, pitching. Okay, if you want to sell your product to customer, how the pitch should be. And if you are seeking funds from investors, what should be included in your pitch. So a proper training was given, and luckily, so when like यहाँ पे भी हमको एक idea presentation करना था, final presentation as a part of contest. So at this time I was having POC. Okay, I had POC ready with me, and so I presented, and my idea was also innovative, right? So innovative idea bhi tha, and it was also matching the criteria of the contest, right? POC. So I got selected. So I mean, my innovation got selected among top 5 best innovation, and I got recognition by the hand of Honorable Minister, right? So iska कहने का मतलब ये है कि whenever you are competing, okay, whenever you are participating in some contest, okay, ये तो सिर्फ एक POC था. आप इस चीज को हर competition में implement कर सकते हो, right? कि सपोज ये तो POC था, ठीक है, तो मुझे पता चल गया कि POC होना चाहिए. अगर मेरा आइडिया अच्छा है, बट स्टिल इफ इट इज एट द आइडिएशन स्टेज, तो मेरा सिलेक्शन हो ही जाएगा, जरूरी नहीं है. सिमिलरली if there is some prototype contest, right? If there is a prototype contest, and if you are seeking के आप ही जीतो, okay, if you are participating for winning purpose, right? So your purpose so the जो भी है criteria, okay, should match to fulfill your purpose, right? Prototype है तो आपको एक prototype develop करके जाना पड़ेगा. If your idea is again at the POC, then chances है थोड़ा सा, okay, कि even if your idea is good, right, but it is not matching the criteria because this is prototype contest, right? So you will not get selected, right? So plan and implement the things accordingly, okay? अब यहाँ से then I got chance to visit Canada. So there again, as I said, I got exposure to Canadian market to explore market of my products, right? So again, here I have received various training programs like media training programs and many other things. And believe me, it was a magnificent experience, right? Where actually I was taught, again, it was a training program where I have been taught how to start a business from scratch, okay? That means from idea itself. So this program has really helped me to learn the local and global startup ecosystem, right? Market opportunities and challenges, and of course, pitches. Different types of pitches have been already also taught here. So after completing this, I got an opportunity. Like every business needs money, right? Or अगर मुझे कुछ innovate करना है, तो definitely for the experiment purpose, okay, I'll need fund, because being a student, it is challenging for me to invest or ask money from others, right? तो AICT का ये जो था, right, उसमें से मुझे funding भी मिला, okay, and again to support, as a part of support, I have incubated my project at MIT Incubation Forum. So this was okay. So this was a journey as a part of entrepreneur, or I can say the tour of IIC programs. ठीक है, तो अगर आप भी ऐसे IIC contest में participate करते हो, right? So you will get opportunity to learn, ओके, लर्न समथिंग न्यू जो आपके टेक्स्ट बुक्स या दूसरी चीजों में नहीं है, राइट? अगेन इफ यू विन, देखो इसमें जीतते हो या हारते हो दैट इज सेकेंडरी थिंग, बट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एंड इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग इज you will learn the startup in depth, right? Like at every stage of contest, you know, you will learn something new, right? So I always encourage student to participate in these type of contest, okay? Especially जो IIC के side से आ रहा है, hackathon से आ रहा है, AICT से आ रहा है. See, this is a national body, right? So national body में आप जब भी कुछ participate करते हो तो you are awarded with the national award, ठीक है? इसके बहुत सारे दूसरे बेनिफिट्स होते हैं, यू गेट फंडिंग, राइट? एंड अगेन इंटरनेशनल मार्केट एक्सपोजर्स भी आपको मिलते हैं, राइट? सो दिस इज अ 360 लर्निंग प्रोग्राम, राइट? बट अगेन पार्टिसिपेटिंग, व्हाट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर, you have to remember your idea should be disruptive, ठीक है? कुछ एकदम अच्छा लेके आयो, राइट? You need to address a problem that is problem to many, okay? ऐसा नहीं कि मेरे को ये problem लग रहा है मतलब बहुत बड़ा problem है, right? I have to evaluate the problem. मेरे को ये problem लग रहा है, दूसरे को लग रहा है क्या ये बहुत बड़ा problem है? अगर दूसरे को नहीं लग रहा है ये problem है, that means your problem is not a problem, right? Okay, so accordingly you decide. And second key important point that you have to remember, always understand, ठीक है, कि आप कौन से कॉन्टेस्ट में पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हो, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू plan yourself for the contest, right? As I said, POC and prototype. Okay, now we are about to finish. I'll take just 10-15 minutes more. So now with this, I would like to ask you one simple question, okay? But it is a personal, right? After getting your degrees, where you want to be? Where you want to be? Okay, and you have only two options. Either you can be employee or you can be entrepreneur, right? So let's understand who are employees and entrepreneurs. I know you all know this, okay? But still just recall the things and understand, right? Employee, अगर मैं employee की बात करती हूँ, so क्या होगा, ये एक steady pay रहता है, right? But इसमें guarantee नहीं रहती है. For example, if today I am earning 70,000 per month, okay? तो एक security है कि कल, okay, अगले महीने भी अगर मैं छुट्टी नहीं पाती हूँ, right? So I'll get 70,000 in my account, right? But I don't know कि अगले महीने मेरी जॉब रहेगी या नहीं रहेगी. And ये जो है, ये कोरोना ने हमें बहुत अच्छे से सिखा दिया है, right? If you are working for some private sectors, okay, there is no guarantee of your job, ठीक है? आज है कल नहीं है, right? So there is a steady pay, but again there is no guarantee of employment, right? अगर आप entrepreneur की बात करते हो तो steady pay नहीं है. इस महीने शायद मुझे 5,000 मिल गए, अगले महीने शायद 5 लाख भी मिल सकता है, right? So there is a no steady pay. Profit भी हो सकता है, loss भी हो सकता है, right? But एक guarantee है that employment तो मेरी नहीं जाएगी, right? Next one is, अगर employee की बात करते हो, fixed working hours, right? 9 से 5 है, that means I have to be there, ठीक है? कुछ काम नहीं है, still I have to sit there because I have to work for the 9 to 5, that means 9 to 5, okay? But on contrary, if we talk about entrepreneurs, right? तो irregular working hours होते हैं, राइट? आई मीन हमने इंस्टीट्यूट में ही देखे होंगे जो हमारे चेयरमैन्स और जो बड़े हायर ऑथोरिटीज है, ओके, दे आर नॉट बाउंड टू द टाइमिंग, ओके, दे कम लेट एंड दे सिट टू द लेट नाइट, ठीक है? सो देयर इज नो फिक्स्ड वर्किंग आवर, राइट? नेक्स्ट वन, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द अपॉर्चुनिटी, सो अगर आप एम्प्लॉय हो तो अपॉर्चुनिटी बहुत कम है. I mean, by doing job, you can't be a millionaire, right? By just doing a job, you can't be a millionaire, right? But agar aap entrepreneur ho, right? So chances is there one day you can become millionaire, right? Okay. Next one is employee की बात करोगे तो अगर आप employee हो तो stress level कम होता है because you don't have to worry about the company, ठीक है? आप अपना काम कर रहे हो, आपको सैलरी मिल रही है, कंपनी ग्रो कर रही है नहीं कर रही है वो आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, आप नहीं सोचोगे, राइट? सो स्ट्रेस लेवल इज लो. बट अगर आप एंटरप्रेन्योर हो, राइट, आपका बिजनेस प्रॉफिट में है, राइट, स्टिल उस प्रॉफिट को और कैसे प्रॉफिट में कन्वर्ट करूं, राइट? एक वो स्ट्रेस है, अगर थोड़ा सा कम लॉस में जा रहा हो तो वो स्ट्रेस है, राइट? सो दिस आर कपल ऑफ द बेसिक डिफरेंस बिटवीन एम्प्लॉय एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, ओके, दैट वन नीड्स टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड नो, एंड सो आई थिंक यू माइट हैव डिसाइडेड, ठीक है, कि आपको क्या करना है, ओके? अभी भी कंफ्यूज्ड हो कि मुझे एम्प्लॉय बनना है या एंटरप्रेन्योर, ओके? सो जस्ट रीड दिस लाइन, ओके? दिस हैज अ वंडरफुल मैसेज. Just read it. My boss arrived at work in a brand new Lamborghini. I said, wow, that is an amazing car, right? So my boss replied, क्या उसने reply किया? If you work hard, put your hours in and strive for the excellence, I'll get another one next year, right? अभी next year भी boss ही लाएगा, आप नहीं लाओगे, आप सिर्फ wow करते रह जाओगे, right? Okay, fine. तो अभी हमारे पास सॉल्यूशन क्या है? हमारे पास सॉल्यूशन ये है कि डोंट वर्क फॉर योर बॉस, ही विल हैव फरारी इन फ्यूचर, राइट? सो व्हाट इज द की लर्निंग? मेक अदर्स वर्क फॉर यू, ओके, एंड यू बी अ मिलियनेयर, राइट? ओके, सो अभी जाते जाते थोड़ा सा और, राइट? सो ओके, सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड, ठीक है? अभी आपको मैं एक और सवाल पूछूं, दिस इज फॉर द बैचलर स्टूडेंट्स, राइट? कि व्हाट टाइप ऑफ फार्मासिस्ट यू वांट टू बी? यू वांट टू बी एम्प्लॉय फार्मासिस्ट और you want to be an entrepreneur pharmacist, right? Let's take the example, okay? हम एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं, फार्मेसी शॉप का एग्जांपल लेके, राइट? एंड इसके साथ मैं आपको थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज भी करूंगी, ओके? सो बी प्रिपेयर्ड. ओके, सो अगर हम स्टार्ट करते हैं सबसे पहले एम्प्लॉय फार्मासिस्ट से, ओके? सो इट्स नाम से ही पता चल रहा है, लाइक if you work for a pharmacist shop, okay, which is not owned by you, which is not, you are not the owner, ठीक है? तो then you would be the employee pharmacist, okay? We have taken the example of pharmacy shop, ठीक है? तो इंडस्ट्री से कोरिलेट मत कर लेना इसको, just for the understanding, right? Okay, so अभी आप एम्प्लॉय हो, फार्मासिस्ट एम्प्लॉय हो, so what will happen here? Your degree and your knowledge, right, both would be used by someone who may or may not be having 12th class certificate, right? आप एक ऐसे बंदे के लिए काम कर रहे हो जिसके पास खुद के भी पास शायद डिग्री ना हो, राइट? लेकिन वो आपका नॉलेज, ओके, एंड आपकी डिग्री दोनों को यूटिलाइज करके एक दिन लखपति बन जाएगा, राइट? एंड यू, ठीक है, जो इतनी मेहनत कर रहा है, जो सुबह 8 बजे से लेके शाम के 5 बजे तक फार्मेसी शॉप में है, राइट? वो शॉप के सैलरी से लाख को भी टच नहीं कर पाएगा, ओके? सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस, ठीक है? कि इफ यू वर्क एज अ एम्प्लॉय फार्मासिस्ट, ओके? अभी इसका उल्टा देखते हैं, तो अभी इसका सॉल्यूशन क्या है, राइट? So what should I plan? So I'll plan to invest and set up my own pharmacy shop, ठीक है? Suppose मैंने एक दादाजी की गली, ठीक है, इंदौर की दादाजी की गली में एक मेडिकल स्टोर खोल लिया है, राइट? बट मेरे स्टोर के पास में दूसरे 10 स्टोर और है, राइट? सो मैं कब मिलियनेयर बनूंगी? Not possible, because my customers are dividing, okay, in between that 10 different pharmacy shops, right? So if the money is concern of doing a business, अगर business में सिर्फ पैसे के लिए कर रही हूँ, तो सिर्फ एक शॉप खोल के मैं बहुत पैसे नहीं कमा सकती हूँ, राइट? सो अब दूसरा सॉल्यूशन क्या आएगा? दूसरा सॉल्यूशन ये आएगा कि लेट्स ओपन द फार्मेसी चेन, ठीक है? जैसे कि अपोलो हो गया, मेड प्लस हो गया, ठीक है? तो ये एक सॉल्यूशन है if your mindset is related to the money, right? So अभी इस चीज में मैं आपको एक और चीज बता दूं, it's very strange कि जितने भी फार्मेसी चेन है, लाइक अपोलो हो गया, मेड प्लस हो गया, right? These startups are owned by doctors, okay, and none by a pharmacist. So see how others are utilizing their creativity and hijacking our businesses, right? So why we can't and others are doing, ठीक है? Why we are like a slave? Why we are just an employee? Okay, So just इससे बाहर निकलो and think something new. Okay, this is the last key message. Okay, the basic difference which I want to share. Okay, entrepreneurs के बारे में हमने बहुत सुना है. Okay, intrapreneurs के बारे में बहुत कम लोग जानते हैं. Okay, so let's understand what is the basic difference, right? So entrepreneurs are those who work for themselves. Okay, and if you talk about intrapreneurs, so mostly they are the employees of company who mostly innovate and implement for the company's growth and profitability. ठीक है? Okay, अब इसका कुछ एक importance भी है, एक बहुत बड़ा loss भी है. Okay, सबसे पहले लॉस मैं बता देती हूँ कि बहुत सारी कंपनीज, नॉट ओनली फार्मा बट डिफरेंट कंपनीज, राइट, वो लोग इंट्राप्रेन्योरशिप को यानी कि अपने एम्प्लॉयज को इनोवेट नहीं करने देते. ओके, एंड ये जो प्रॉब्लम है वो कंपनी को एक बहुत बड़ा लॉस कर देते हैं, राइट. तो यहाँ पे एक एग्जांपल है, दैट इज कोडेक कंपनी का, राइट. सो केस ऑफ कोडेक, आई थिंक इट इज नोन टू एवरीवन. In 2012 it was declared bankruptcy. ठीक है, क्योंकि वो डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी को कम्पीट नहीं कर पाया था. ओके, और इसके पीछे एक शॉकिंग फैक्ट ये भी है कि एक स्टीवन सैसन नाम का एक कोडेक में ही एक एम्प्लॉय था, who was an electrical engineer and he came up with the first digital camera. ठीक है, उसने इनोवेट किया था इन द कंपनी, बट जो कंपनी के मैनेजमेंट थे they ignored it and you can see के एक इग्नोरेंस, ओके, कंपनी को बैंकरप्सी तक लेके गया था. अगर उसी टाइम पे इन्होंने वो एम्प्लॉय का इनोवेशन कंसिडर कर लिया होता, ठीक है, तो आज ये कंपनी एक प्रॉफिट कंपनी में होती, राइट. इसके अगेंस्ट में, ओके, ऑन कॉन्ट्ररी देयर आर मेनी एग्जांपल्स वेयर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैज सपोर्टेड इंट्राप्रेन्योरशिप एंड यू नो उस सपोर्ट की वजह से ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बहुत बड़ा ग्रो हो गया, राइट. हियर वी हैव एग्जांपल ऑफ सोनी प्ले स्टेशन, ठीक है, व्हिच इज अ वर्ल्ड हिट गेम. ठीक है, अभी ये जो था, जब ये इनोवेट हुआ था कंपनी में, तो उस टाइम पे इसको भी एक टाइम पे डिसरिगार्ड मिला था, बट लेटर ऑन वन ऑफ द कंपनी मैनेजमेंट has understood the value of product and he has supported that employee, and today जो सोनी कंप्यूटर एंटरटेनमेंट इतनी सक्सेसफुल है, इतनी प्रॉफिटेबल है, that is all because of that engineer, right. एक और एग्जांपल है, that is WL गोर कंपनी है, राइट, जिसका एक एम्प्लॉय था जिसने एक उसके ही प्रोडक्ट का एक नया यूटिलिटी अप्रोच बताया. सो पहले क्या था कि एलिक्सर्स, जो एलिक्सर स्ट्रिंग्स है, they were used to coating the push pulls. ठीक है, यानी कि एक केबल कोटिंग में यूज होता था. बट लेटर एक एम्प्लॉय था जिसका नाम आई थिंक डेव मेयर था, और उसने इसका एक एक्सटेंडेड यूटिलिटी अप्रोच निकाला जो पहले से केबल्स को कोट करने में यूज होता था, आज वो गिटार के स्ट्रिंग के तौर पे यूज होता है. और आई थिंक आप सभी को पता होगा एकॉस्टिक गिटार स्ट्रिंग, राइट. एंड दिस इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट, और you know you can't deny the impact of this Facebook like button. ठीक है, ये जो है फेसबुक एक्चुअली एक फेसबुक हैकेथॉन से ओरिजिनेट हुआ था, जहाँ पे एम्प्लॉयज को फेसबुक एम्प्लॉयज के लिए एक हैकेथॉन रखा गया था, और उस हैकेथॉन में फेसबुक, वहां से ये फेसबुक लाइक बटन आया है. आज इसका इम्पैक्ट आई थिंक सीरियसली नो वन कैन डिनाई. आई मीन फेसबुक पे मैं कुछ भी पोस्ट करती हूँ, ठीक है, 1 घंटे के बाद मैं फेसबुक खोल के उस दिन चेक करूंगी, अरे कितने लाइक्स आए, ठीक है, कितने लाइक्स आए, राइट. ओके, सो दिस आर द इंट्राप्रेन्योरशिप. सो कहने का मतलब यही है, सो दैट यू नीड टू प्रमोट दिस इंट्राप्रेन्योरशिप. अगर कल उठ के आप एक बिजनेस खड़ा करते हो, राइट, अगर आप किसी स्टार्टअप फाउंडर बन जाते हो, तो उस केस में you don't ignore intrapreneurship, you promote intrapreneurship. क्योंकि आपके employees की creativity से ही you can, you know, every year you can come up with some new products, okay, some new products. So keep engaging your employees wisely, okay, give them doubling time, okay. Last, identify the window of opportunity, क्योंकि कितना भी मार्केट में कितने भी कॉम्पिटिटर्स हो, राइट, उसमें कुछ ना कुछ एक प्रॉब्लम होता है, राइट. अगर मैं एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल लूं पंखे का, ठीक है, पंखे का इवोल्यूशन, तो स्टार्टिंग में जब फैन नहीं था तो हमको हाथ से हवा करना पड़ता था, राइट, बिफोर इन्वेंशन ऑफ फैन, राइट. अब वो मैकेनिकल फोर्स ज्यादा था, ये प्रॉब्लम था, इसके सॉल्यूशन में क्या आया, सीलिंग फैन आ गया, टेबल फैन आ गया, राइट। बट अगेन उसमें ये प्रॉब्लम था कि कूलिंग नहीं होती थी, राइट। तो इसका एक एडवांस वर्जन आया, राइट। अब एडवांस वर्जन में हमारे पास कूलर आया, राइट। अब कूलर में क्या है, कूलर कूलिंग तो देता है, बट प्रॉब्लम क्या है, मेजर ड्रॉबैक इज यू नीड टू फिल इट, और फिर वाटर को निकालना भी पड़ता है, ओके। सो वाटर का एक प्रॉब्लम है, राइट। तो ये प्रॉब्लम को आइडेंटिफाई करके अभी क्या आया है, एसी आया है, राइट, जो कूलिंग देता है, मुझे पानी भरना भी नहीं पड़ता है। लेकिन इसमें भी एक प्रॉब्लम है, प्रॉब्लम क्या है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल, राइट। सो अभी जो नया इनोवेशन आएगा उसके लिए जो मेन प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट होना चाहिए कि हाउ he can cut down the cost of electricity, ठीक है। अगर वो कॉस्ट, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के कॉस्ट को कट डाउन कर सकता है, so that would be a innovation, right, and that would have a market, good market. Okay, this is the last slide for you. Okay, so dear students, this is the right time, ठीक है। You are having a time, right, you are having a resources, and what you need to build is build an entrepreneur skills, right। अब entrepreneur skills में बहुत सारी चीजें आती है, बट जो बेसिक एंड इम्पॉर्टेंट इज बी क्रिएटिव, बी इनोवेटिव, राइट, टेक द इनिशिएटिव्स, राइट। क्लासरूम में अगर कुछ प्रोग्राम आता है, एंड इफ टीचर सीक्स someone, okay, to handle this or to drive the program, okay, take the initiative, right, work in collaborations, self efficacy and self motivation is most important, ठीक है। अगर आप ये सारी स्किल्स डेवलप कर लेते हो, सो इट विल इंक्रीज द एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी, ठीक है। आप खुद का भी स्टार्टअप कर सकते हो, ठीक है, और अगर कहीं पे एम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए जाते हो, वहां पे भी आप इजीली खुद को ग्रो कर सकते हो, और राइट। सो लास्ट with the key message, keep ideating, keep innovating, and promote intrapreneurship, right. And my request to the teacher, faculty members, like please consider to commercialize your research work, okay. If you feel it is very challenging, go for the TT, technology transfer, right, because see, every year you are innovating something new, you are researching something new, and it is always limited to the thesis and patents or publications. Second thing, I must say कि pharmacology वाले students है, I know many of the institutes are implementing this. At MIT also we have started implementing this, कि suppose कोई नया molecule synthesis होता है in chemistry, सो नेक्स्ट ईयर हमारे जो फार्माकोलॉजी के स्टूडेंट होते हैं, हम उनको वो ड्रग दे देते हैं टू रिसर्च एंड डिटरमाइन द एफिकेसी, okay, and once it has been proven, and if there is some new molecule, then in the third year we ask the students, third year or in that year itself, we ask the students of pharmaceutics to manufacture, to formulate that drug in appropriate formulation, that whatever suits, right. So एक पूरा drug discovery हो जाता है, right, from the ideation, I mean from synthesis to efficacy evaluation to the formulation development. So पहले ऐसा था कि just pharmacology में effect check हो गई, then khatam, next year next project, next year next project. But now this is the time of interdisciplinary research. So okay, so here we are ending the session. I'm sorry I have taken 20 minutes, I have exceeded 20 minutes, and now I am open for the Q&A. So you can ask me.
Thank you so much, Vandana ma'am. It was really great and inspiring listening you, because we have very few students who could convert their idea, research or innovation into reality, or we are really uncertain in India. We people are full of intellectuals, but unfortunately we are not utilizing our intellectuality to the full extent. So you are one such persona who is guiding the youth today for doing, or imbibing their intellectual, converting that into reality and channelizing their efforts for their own improvement and development, instead of bringing up one company to heights. Thank you so much for the enlightenment And the session you have given us is a really inspiring one. I would like to invite now my student Mahi to proceed further.
It's easy to get 1,000 prescriptions, but hard to get one single remedy. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's been pleasure listening to you. Today's
Thank you.
session was really remarkable, and I'm sure many of us would have learned so much as we all are future pharmacists. On the behalf of Shri Aurobindo Institute of Pharmacy's Institution Innovation Council, I, Mahi Jaiswal, student of PharmD first year, would like to ask you some questions I received.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so my first question is, what are the most relevant explicative models of entrepreneurial intent of pharmacy and healthcare sector?
Models in what sense you are asking? Like, is it sector wise, or I didn't understood your question? Could you please specify it more?
Ma'am, shall I interrupt?
Yeah, you can.
Basically, the question was, we have seen, students of pharmacy or the faculty members of pharmacy who do research, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, they do not convert their research into reality.
True.
It is under research paper only. They have their name in the research paper. They have in their resumes, they have, written these many research papers, but the result is not into the reality. So
True.
how we can convert that into a real model to the explicit world to be able
Okay.
to
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So basically, see, when you are developing some new molecule, okay, so when you are you are starting from synthesis, you are developing some new thing for the first time. So that is more challenging because, investment is more in specifically in the pharma drug discoveries. So it has to pass through preclinical trials. So that could be done in the laboratories itself in a less cost, right? But when we have to market it, we have to pass it through various clinical trial phases, like clinical trial 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Clinical trials, we have clinical trials. And for clinical trials, for the conduct of clinical trials, you need a huge money, right? So in that case, what you can do is you can go for the TP. You can approach some pharma companies who are looking for a new molecule, right? To add in their in their companies, right? So you can go and you can approach them. They will invest money in your molecule. They will conduct clinical trials, okay? और जब भी वो market में आता है, so they would be definitely going for the shares, right? तो एक ये reason हो गया when you are developing for the first time new molecules, right? You have to collaborate with some company, right? अगर आप कुछ formulation बनाते हो, right? So it is easier, right? Sometimes like अगर टेबलेट है, अगर मैं उसका कुछ फिल्म बना लेती हूँ या anything like that, if I'm just changing the formulation and not the entire chemical moiety or new molecule, so in that case it is bit easier for me. I can go for the BAB study just to see the bioavailability and bioequivalence, okay? So that is comparatively it does not needs much investment, okay? And simultaneously you can also collaborate with companies as well who will invest money in your molecule, और फिर जो भी agreement होता है वो एक रहता है. So mostly pharma में अगर आपको कुछ market में लेके आना है, तो for अगर आप institute हो तो definitely you need to collaborate with some industries के बिना it would be challenging.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. My next question is, can you please guide us on the role of intrapreneurial skills in a life of a learner?
Yeah, definitely. See, as I said, intrapreneurs are mostly the one who are working not for themselves, okay, but for the organization. Okay, if they are employed somewhere, so I always seek कि मेरा organization grow होना चाहिए, because if my organization will grow, ultimately I'll grow, right? So as I said, you have to be initiative taking, you have to be creative, right? If your company or if your organizing is facing some challenges, okay, so try to give them some innovative solution for it, okay, but again you have to consider a couple of things, ठीक है कि बहुत ज़्यादा expensive solution भी नहीं देना है, right? अगर expensive solution दोगे, so again company will deny and he will think कि सारे पैसे इस solution में ही लगा दूँ क्या, right? So you have to think accordingly. So you have to participate ultimately in the growth of company by utilizing skills like creativity or initiative taking and something like that.
Thank you, ma'am. My next question is, what do you call yourself, an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur?
Sorry?
What do you call yourself, an intrapreneur or an entrepreneur?
Okay. That's a great question. See, I'm working both the ways, right? At present, I'm associated with Meerut Institute of Engineering and Technology. So along with working on my own startup, I'm also simultaneously working for the institute. So I always plan how I can engage. Here I'm leading women entrepreneur cell. So my interest is to engage more and more students, right, in innovation and entrepreneurship, so that one day they can also become an entrepreneur and create job opportunities for many others. So being in the institute, I always feel that my institute should grow. So from that part, I'm entrepreneur. And of course, I'm working on my own startup. And later on, jab bhi ye startup aage aata hai, right? So again, I would be, along with entrepreneurship, I would be, working for my own startup as well, growth and, so I'm both the ways, I'm entrepreneur and entrepreneur too.
Ma'am, can you please explain more about your startup?
Yeah, definitely. See, when I started my master's, so I was very curious to work on chronic disease, and my concern was mostly was working on the steroid replacement therapy, as I said. So मैं इस पे भी काम कर रही हूँ. I have worked a lot on steroid replacement therapy, and now soon I would be going for the clinical trials. So I have developed a new molecule, which is having efficacy similar to dexamethasone, which is a steroid. So I'm working on it. So mostly when I was in masters, so I always had an interest of researching something new. But जैसे जैसे time गया, मुझे एक अलग से interest आया कि same चीज कि I am researching a lot, ठीक है? It would be just remain in thesis, publication and all. I wanted to take my research or innovation to the market, right? पहले सब बोलते थे कि it is not easy, it is not easy. But then I suddenly thought कि जो पैरासिटामोल का invention जो आज मार्केट में पैरासिटामोल मिल रहा है, right? वो पैरासिटामोल भी किसी रिसर्च से ही आया होगा, right? तो जो पैरासिटामोल अगर रिसर्च से आज मार्केट में है, तो मैं जो भी रिसर्च कर रही हूँ, वो भी तो मार्केट में आ सकता है, right? So अब मैं एक रिसर्चर थी. आई वॉज नॉट अवेयर ऑफ कि कैसे इसको लेके जाना है. सो आई ज्वाइंड BK स्कूल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड द फार्मास्यूटिकल मैनेजमेंट के क्या होता है, कैसे होता है. सो वहां से आई गैदर द इंफॉर्मेशन, बट अगेन वहां पे एप्लीकेबिलिटी नहीं थी उसकी. सो आई स्टार्टेड पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन द कॉन्टेस्ट, राइट, इनोवेशन कॉन्टेस्ट, जहाँ पे मुझे एटलीस्ट ट्रेनिंग मिलेगी कि एक स्टार्टअप को कैसे स्टार्ट करना है, राइट. सी बिजनेस स्कूल में आपको सिखाते हैं कि एग्जिस्टिंग बिजनेस में आपको कैसे प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करना है, ये वो. दे डोंट टीच यू फ्रॉम स्क्रैच हाउ टू स्टार्ट योर स्टार्टअप, राइट. सो बेसिकली आई स्टार्टेड पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन दिस कॉन्टेस्ट, एंड देन जो भी था ये धीरे धीरे इवॉल्व होना स्टार्ट हुआ. सो इनिशियली मेरा जो रिसर्च वर्क है, PhD का रिसर्च वर्क है, दैट इज डिफरेंट, एंड माई इनोवेशन इज डिफरेंट. सो ये जो इनोवेशन है, मैंने जैसा आपको स्टोरी बताया कि ये एक लैब एक्सपेरिमेंट के टाइम पे आया था, जब मैं ऑपरेट कर रही थी और मुझे ब्लीडिंग कंट्रोल करने के लिए कुछ नहीं मिला, एंड देयर आई आइडेंटिफाइड द गैप. सो आई थॉट कि दिस इज अ बिग गैप, और फिर मैंने वहां से स्टार्ट किया कि आई वांट टू ब्रिंग सम इनोवेटिव सॉल्यूशन टू एड्रेस दिस प्रॉब्लम. okay, which is non obvious, कभी भी हो सकता है। और इसकी जो biggest requirement है वो है गांव में, रूरल में, जहाँ पे इनके पास adequate healthcare facilities नहीं होते, hospitals नहीं होते, and these are the people who are working with sharp tools। तो sharp tools से आप जब भी काम करते हो तो उस केस में chances of injury is higher, bleeding higher होता है। तो उस टाइम पे अगर वो कंट्रोल नहीं होता है तो ड्यू टू एक्सेसिव ब्लड लॉस द पर्सन में डाई टू। तो मेरा जो है अभी ये प्रोटोटाइप लेवल पे है, टेक्नोलॉजी रेडीनेस लेवल 4 को इसने अभी टच किया है। नाउ आई वुड बी गोइंग टुवर्ड्स द क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स, and for that I am looking for some pharmaceutical industries who can collaborate with me, because see, I don't have money to conduct clinical trials, right? So I have to connect with some industries to for the clinical trials, और जैसे ही clinical trials होगा then definitely in a year or 2 years you can see NV-stat in the market, okay, and I hope you all will buy.
Ma'am, in this, I would like to add one thing. We wish to have your startup soon as a big giant, we can call it as unicorn of India.
Thank you so much, sir.
One more thing, like from, my institute, and I wish to have collaboration with you, like whatever help, need, or in terms of, assistance you require, we are ready to assist you.
Oh,
And
thank
it
you
is
so much.
our fortune to collaborate with you, because indeed you are on a good mission, you are having a long vision, and that is the thing which we feel like we should have. So we would be glad to associate with you, collaborate with you, and work along with you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm also interested in connecting with the students of your institute, and definitely we'll be in touch. Sir, I have your number, and we'll be definitely in touch.
Okay, thank you. Over to you, Mahi.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, what are the most significant challenges you faced during your journey?
Okay. See, finding a good team was a biggest challenge in my startup. So, see, I am a pharmacology, and I have to develop it into a viable product. I mean, formulation, right? So, I'm planning to make a medicated gauze. ठीक है? देखो, फार्माकोलॉजी में टेस्ट कर सकती हूँ ड्रग को, ठीक है, बट जब मुझे फॉर्मुलेशन बनाना होगा इट वुड बी चैलेंजिंग फॉर मी, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट फार्मास्यूटिक्स पर्सन, राइट? सो इन दैट केस I had to approach many faculties, from different organizations in Gujarat to help me out in formulating the medicated gauze. See, because देखो medicated gauze में impregnate करना drug को, okay, that is not so common, right? आप टेबलेट पंच कर सकते हो, कैप्सूल फिल करके फिल कर सकते हो, पैरेंटल्स बना सकते हो, ओके, बट व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द इम्प्रेग्नेशन इनटू गॉज, ठीक है, तो दैट इज नॉट वेरी कॉमन। सो इसमें ना मेरे को एक्सपर्ट जो मुझे गाइड करे, राइट, ये फाइंड करने में मेरे लिए बहुत चैलेंजिंग था। सो दिस वाज अ फर्स्ट पार्ट। सेकेंड पार्ट, स्टूडेंट, मतलब ऐसे देखा जाए तो स्टार्टअप इज इट इज फुल ऑफ चैलेंजेस, बट AICTE एंड MOES इनोवेशन सेल का एक सपोर्ट रहा है, ओके, दोज हु आर हेल्पिंग अस, नॉट ओनली मी बट the selected students from the contest 2019, so they, because of their support, as such ये startup इतना difficult नहीं लगा है, right? So this is the thing, but finding right team is is very critical.
Thank you, ma'am. My next question
here, Mahi, sorry to interrupt, ma'am. It is rightly said that to have a strong and component enemy is better than to have a dull friend.
Yeah. True.
So, I believe I always, wherever I say something to the students or maybe someone who is into research and innovation, I always say, find one critic for you.
True.
That critic will make you realize where you are lacking, and then you will plan what to do and how to go ahead.
True.
So this is one thing, like ma'am, again, I have learned from you, you should be going no matter whatever the difficulties are, no matter whatever the situations are, it is favorable or unfavorable, you should go and moving ahead.
Yeah, true.
Mahi, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, my next question is, unlike being a drugstore owner or being a distributor, how to start new vision in entrepreneurship and pharmacy field?
Okay. So, see, you just need a good idea. Okay. See, if you want to do a startup, so startup doesn't means that your idea must be innovative, right? ऐसे में बहुत सारे startups है जो जिसका idea innovative नहीं है, but still they are startup, right? So if you want to run a startup, it is not necessarily it should have an innovative idea, right? You can take any idea, okay, which you feel will address some मतलब address problem, ठीक है, जो अभी कुछ current problem आ रहा है, उस problem का एक solution हो, right? No, not necessarily it should be innovative, right? So you can work accordingly. अभी मैं आपको एक बहुत एक example दूंगी, right? मैं examples मेरे पास बहुत सारे पड़े रहते हैं and I used to talk. So एक startup है मिथिला करके, I think मैंने कल ही उसको read किया. So आप लोगों ने मखाना सुना होगा, मखाना, right? So मखाने का जो cultivation होता है, right? That is in the state of Bihar. ठीक है, बिहार is a hub for the cultivation of मखाना. अगर आप बिहार में देखते हो तो मखाना वहां पे 300 से 350 के किलो रुपए में मिल जाता है, राइट? अभी वही मखाना अगर आप दिल्ली में या ऑनलाइन मंगवाते हो तो वो आपको 700 के ऊपर मिलता है, राइट? सो देयर इज अ बिग डिफरेंस, राइट? तो अभी प्रॉब्लम इसमें क्या है, अभी एक स्टार्टअप जो मैंने कहा मिथिला करके एक स्टार्टअप है, सो ये लोग क्या करते हैं, वहां से मखाना लेते हैं, दे जस्ट डू द पैकेजिंग, ठीक है, दे जस्ट डू द पैकेजिंग, देयर ब्रांडिंग, वो पैकेजिंग पे उनका ब्रांडिंग होता है एंड दे सेल इट, ठीक है? सो दिस इज अ स्टार्टअप, राइट? इसमें कुछ इनोवेशन नहीं था, लेकिन दे हैव एड्रेस्ड अ प्रॉब्लम, राइट? जिसमें इन्होंने क्या किया है, जो बाहर वाले लोग हैं, सपोज मैं दिल्ली में हूँ, राइट, और मुझे मखाना चाहिए, सो वहां तक पहुंच रहा है, आई डोंट हैव टू रीच टू द स्टेट ऑफ बिहार टू गेट मखानास, राइट? ये तो हो गया आपका इन जनरल, अगर आपके पास इनोवेटिव आइडिया नहीं है. अगर आप फार्मेसी में कुछ करना चाहते हो, सो अगेन ड्रग डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स और ये सारी चीजें, दे आल्सो कम्स अंडर entrepreneurship, okay, because you are your own boss, you are earning for yourselves, right? Okay, you're not earning for someone else if you work in some pharmacy shop as a pharmacist, right? एक तो ये चीज हो गया. अब अगर कोई मास्टर्स स्टूडेंट है, इफ दे वांट टू वर्क ऑन सम इनोवेटिव स्टार्टअप, से लोकल स्टार्टअप जो जनरल स्टार्टअप होता है और एक इनोवेटिव, ठीक है, ऑब्वियसली सक्सेस रेट जो होगा और यू कैन से ज्यादा मार्केट और ज्यादा बिजनेस जो होगा, दैट वुड बी ऑलवेज ऑफ द इनोवेटिव प्रोडक्ट, राइट? सो अगर आप मास्टर स्टूडेंट हो, राइट, सिंपली आपका जो रिसर्च वर्क है, ठीक है, आप उसको भी मार्केट तक एक्सटेंड कर सकते हो. सी, ऐसा नहीं है कि इंडस्ट्री को उनका पोर्टफोलियो नहीं बढ़ाना है. एवरी इंडस्ट्री वांट्स टू ग्रो अप, राइट? एक प्रोडक्ट अगर उनके कंपनी में एड ऑन होता है, उनके पोर्टफोलियो में एड ऑन होता है, तो वो एक प्रोडक्ट का भी कुछ करोड़ का बिजनेस होगा, राइट? सो एवरी इंडस्ट्रीज आर सीकिंग टू एक्सपांड देयर पोर्टफोलियो, और एवरी इंडस्ट्री कांट डू R&Ds, राइट? R&Ds हर इंडस्ट्री नहीं कर सकती है, बट दे वांट टू अर्न, फॉर अर्निंग दे नीड टू इंक्रीज देयर पोर्टफोलियो, राइट? तो अभी R&D कहाँ से वो लोग ले सकते हैं? ये लोग ले सकते हैं इंस्टीट्यूट से, राइट? बट अगेन इंस्टीट्यूट से R&D का जो भी जो मॉलिक्यूल है वो लेना और अपने पोर्टफोलियो में ऐड करना, उसके लिए इंस्टीट्यूट में अच्छे रिसर्च होने चाहिए, यू नो, ओके? सो अच्छे रिसर्च करो, कोलैबोरेट करो इंडस्ट्री से, एंड वन डे डेफिनेटली यू कैन बी आल्सो अ मिलियनेयर, राइट? अदरवाइज यू व्हाट यू कैन डू, आप कुछ भी लाइक कुछ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट भी खोल सकते हो, राइट? मी टू प्रोडक्ट्स जो अभी मैंने बात की थी, क्रोसिन का हो गया और डोलो 650 का हो गया, दे आर मी टू प्रोडक्ट्स, राइट? एक्सिपिएंट्स में चेंज होते हैं, बाकी कंपोजिशन और जो इंग्रेडिएंट्स है वो सेम रहता है, ठीक है? सो दिस इज अ मी टू प्रोडक्ट्स. सो इवन इफ यू डोंट वांट टू सेट अप द एंटायर इंडस्ट्री, यू डोंट वांट टू मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट नहीं लगाना है, सो व्हाट यू कैन डू, यू कैन कनेक्ट विद सम ऑलरेडी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट, वहां पे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करवाओ एंड यू सेल इट, right? So again, you would be owner of your own company. So again, you have to decide what kind of business you want to do. You want to go in the innovative way, or you want to, just do a startup and being your own boss.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such amazing answers. Now, hall is open for everyone. If anyone have any question, they can ask.
Ma'am, we have received some questions in the chat box, and the first question is like from a faculty member: how to involve students in classroom for getting into innovation and showing them its importance in their skills development? Because it is really difficult, specifically into pharmacy, when there are lots of job opportunities. And if I talk about a city like Indore, where pharma cluster is there, lot of pharmaceutical industries are there, so students have a mindset that jobs are easily available. So faculties are now in a dilemma because they also feel the importance of entrepreneurship and innovation, but students, if I talk about, it is really difficult, to mold them into the skills of entrepreneurship and innovation, not only startup to bahut dur ho gaya, but how to improve the skills among the students, क्योंकि reluctance बहुत ज्यादा मिलता है.
Right. So इसके लिए like if you want to indulge your students into entrepreneur skills development or something like that, so you have to engage your students in some creativity works. So I'll just mention there is one technique, okay, that is scamper technique, right? So scamper technique, actually it is a design thinking का एक tool है जिसमें every word in scamper has some meaning.
Right.
So for example R है तो उसका कुछ removal होता है, anything like that. So you can just go through it. अभी इसमें क्या है, you can, like, for the student engagement, okay, what you as a faculty, you can identify some problem, okay, and you can ask your students how it could be solved. So you can engage them in some brainstorming type of activities, right? But again, here you have to identify the problem and you have to ask your students.
Okay, so are you talking about disrupt activity?
Yes, anything. See, innovation, like if you don't want to go for any disruptive, okay, disruptive is a secondary thing. The first thing you have to start with is you have to engage your student in a creative thinking, creativity, right? So suppose कुछ problem लेके आई, जैसे कि ये हम डायनापार AQ का ही एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं. So इसका जो प्रॉब्लम था, इंजेक्शन पेनफुल था, राइट? सो दैट वाज अ प्रॉब्लम. सो अगर मैं फैकल्टी हूं तो मैं क्या करूंगी, ये प्रॉब्लम लेके आई मैं, I'll bombard it in front of students कि this is the problem, now you give the solutions from your end. What would be the possible solutions?
Right.
Okay, so that would be creativity, right? They will start thinking in their brain, right? अब उसमें से कुछ solutions मिलेंगे, right? Out of that solution, what is different and what would be the disruptive one, that I'll select. So disruptive technology is important, right? But again, जो starting stage पे आपको मिलेगा, that would not be disruptive. Starting stage पे you will get the solutions, right?
So
out of 10
things are like, we can have brainstorm activities, we can have group discussions.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a pretty good option. Like one more question which we have received is from a faculty member only, who is a keen researcher also. So she needs to know your experience of collaborating to industries. The problems which you faced.
So basically, like when I came back from Canada, so immediately on the second or the third day in my institute itself, one person who was manufacturing the gauze, normal white gauze, has approached me to collaborate. So I मुझे नहीं जाना पड़ा था उनके पास. So since the ये कुछ innovative सा this is the innovation which is very innovative and which is required actually. And also वो कंपनी ने सोचा होगा कि कोई और खरीदे और वो मार्केट लीडर बन जाए, right? Because this was innovative. अगर ये मार्केट में आता है तो no one will buy this normal gauze white color का if the price is not so different. Price money ज़्यादा नहीं है तो, right? So in that case, like एक बंदा आया था. I don't remember the name of that company, but he was manufacturing the gauze. Okay. So he told me to collaborate with him. So I simply said, sir, actually I need to go through clinical trials. So it's not yet market go ready product. Okay. So he told me, okay, you don't worry. You just give me the API. Okay. Whatever you want to impregnate into the gauze, we will impregnate and we will sell it and we will do the clinical trials and all. So I said, okay, I'll discuss with you later, because again, when you are collaborating with industry, you have to be very clear on the agreement part. Okay, on जो भी है legal matters, it should be very much clear. So again, my product was not market go. He was just approaching me to give the API, which is responsible for the hemostatic, and he will impregnate because he was having the institute, and he will be just selling out and he would be conducting the clinical trials.
So the next question goes like, do you have an IPR?
Yes, I have an IPR.
So that is what, the researchers maybe are, discouraged, because क्या होता है, they feel like PhD भी करनी है, IPR में जाएंगे, लॉन्ग प्रोसेस है, टाइम ज्यादा लगेगा, इतना टाइम दे नहीं सकते, और IPR नहीं किया तो रिसर्च पेपर पब्लिश नहीं होगा, PhD कंप्लीट नहीं होगी, गाइड प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करेगी. तो हाउ टू टैकल दीज प्रॉब्लम्स?
See, ये एक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. If you are working on same project, I mean, अगर आपका innovation और आपका जो PhD है, अगर वो same project है तो. But in my case, मेरा जो था, मेरा PhD was on different topic and my innovation is on different topic. So मेरे को ये वाला issue नहीं आया कि मतलब मैं patent file करूँगी तो I won't get degrees and all. So this was, I don't know, but this is a fortunate thing for me कि मुझे ऐसा कुछ issue नहीं आया. But again, if you are working on something जो आपका innovation भी है और आपका patent भी है, तो definitely उसका कुछ अलग scenario होगा for getting up the degrees.
Okay. Any other questions from the audience panel? Like, I believe we should go for one last question. Because ma'am ka time is really important, I believe.
No, actually, I'm really enjoying the session.
That's great to hear, and it is really fortunate for us. Okay, any other questions? Like, ma'am is ready to answer. From the researchers, from the students.
See, abhi nahi hai question, to just a last, message to all. Just keep in one thing, just keep in mind one thing, कि वही वाला चीज जो मैंने आपको कहा, ठीक है, कि जब पैरासिटामोल, ठीक है, जो मार्केट में खा रहे हैं, वो भी एक रिसर्च लैब से आया है, राइट? तो जब वो मार्केट में आ सकता है, तो आपका रिसर्च भी मार्केट में आ सकता है, राइट? सो जस्ट वर्क and progress and do industries collaboration. I mean, I have seen that most of the institutes are mostly engaged, in industries collaboration for the placement purpose. But along with the placement, you can also talk regarding this TT, technology transfer.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So placement
nowadays it is a real light to have incubation centers, and I believe that will really bring fortune for the institutes, because of the incubation centers the institutes may have, industry will automatically come to the institutes, because I believe potential will arise from there.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, over to you, Mahi. I believe we do not have any further questions from the audience.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to welcome Mr. Amal Thomas, student of PharmD third year, to propose vote of thanks.
You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. A warm good afternoon to one and all present here. On behalf of Sri Aurobindo Institution of Pharmacy, Institution Innovation Council, I, Amal Thomas, student of PharmD third year, extend a sense of gratitude to our speaker, Ms. Vandana Thakur ma'am, on this wonderful session on essential skill of pharmacy. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us and giving us so many detail about the pharmacy, entrepreneur, or everything, whether it is colors, color changing syrup, syringe, fabrics, or printer bio, and also taught us about the entrepreneur. कि एक्स्ट्रा एंटरप्रेन्योर तो हो बट एंटरप्रेन्योर होना बहुत जरूरी है क्योंकि वो एक बंदा है जो कंपनी को आगे लेके जा रहा है. So thank you so much, ma'am, for giving your precious time to us and sharing the wonderful knowledge about the pharmacy skill. With the help of your knowledge and this session, we hope we can develop our skill in the pharmacy, which can help us in the future. Wherever you go with your whole heart open. With this inspiring word, I would like to thank all the dignitaries, Dr. S.C. Chaturvedi, Director SIIP, Dr. Gauravkant Sarogi, Principal SIIP, Mr. Sunil Kumar Dwivedi, Vice Principal SIIP, and the management of SIIP, and all the faculty members for creating a positivity around us and encouraging us throughout the session. A heartfelt thank to all my fellow mates for the participation in the session and for making the session delight. My heartfelt thanks to those all who directly and indirectly contribute for making this session successful. I also want to thank Ms. Sumedha Roy, student of PharmD first year, and Vaishnavi Menon, student of B Farm third year, for channelizing this event, and Mr. Yash Vadlani, student of B Farm first year, for graphic designing. We must find time to stop and thank the people who make a difference in our life. With this word, I remark the closing of the session and thank you everyone for participating in session and have a wonderful day ahead. Be safe and get yourself vaccinated. Thank you.
Thank you, Vanna ma'am, once again. So with these remarks,